Welcome, welcome. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone. We are live. And yes, it is Wednesday. Here we are again, Wednesday. You know, it really is natural. How so? We live naturally. I hear some people, and I used to say it as well, I can't visualize. You see, because those are fancy words. You and I visualize on a daily basis. On a daily basis. We do it naturally. If you say to yourself, I gotta go to the store, you didn't define which store you're going to, but you saw it in your mind's eye, which store you're going to, because that's how you get there. You said, I'm gonna go to the store. And then there it is, in your mind's eye, exactly which store you're going to go to. If you say, oh, I gotta head out to work, you see the route you're going to take. You do. If you say, man, I gotta call George, you see George's face. You hear George's voice. Because you said, I gotta call George. If you say, oh my goodness, what am I gonna have for supper? The moment you say, I don't know what I want for supper, but then an image appears. How does it appear? Either by a craving or a desire to eat a particular thing. But there it is. You visualized it. You sure did. So you see, it happens naturally. If you walk by and you're doing window shopping and you see an outfit, you stop. And when you look at that outfit, you've tried it on already. Yes, you have. Because you've tried it on already in your mind's eye. And you say, I would look good in that. And then what do you go do? Try it on. Because you've already tried it on inside your mind's eye. Oh, you have. And sometimes when you try it on and you look in the mirror, you go, oh, that didn't look as good as I thought it would. What? It didn't look as good as you thought it would? So you had an image in your mind of what you thought it would look like. But it didn't quite meet the expectation. And what do you do when something doesn't meet the expectation? You modify the image. And you say, you know what? Maybe it would look better with, and you see that part in your mind's eye. And you say, maybe it'd look better like that. And you go and you ask the person, the clerk, and they will tell you, pardon me, if they have it or if they don't have it. And if they have it, remember, you've already tried it on. Because that's what made you say it would look better with. So we visualize on a daily basis. We visualize on a daily basis. We can't escape it. So then, what happens if you want to be deliberate? You say, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to visualize. Something happens, doesn't it? You sit there, you say, oh, I'm gonna visualize. And then nothing happens. Because you're forcing yourself to visualize. You're not doing it naturally. We visualize naturally. Now, you have a sense. You've got 6 of them. But one of them is strongest because that's the one you use all the time. So you've just been working that one harder than the others. So if you hear, you will get an image based upon what you hear. What you hear will make you see something. Now, if you are visual, you will see something and it will make you see something in your mind's eye. Right? You'll see an outfit and you'll go, "Ooh, I like that one." Or you could be like my girl Bree. You can look at the curtains and go, "That would make a great dress." And this girl has got the pattern in her head already. And what does she do? Takes down the curtain and she cuts out the pattern on paper first and uses it as a stencil, and then she cuts the material. And then she sews it together like it's nobody's business. And that dress is total fire. Like, she just has to see a color and she's like, "Oh, well, that would look good like ... She is visualizing. And because she's so tactile, she touches, she sees. Well, then that's how she creates. But now if I say to you, do it with your life, something you want to experience, what's the first thing you say? I don't know how. What do you mean you don't know how, darling? You've already been doing it so naturally. You see, we add this pressure to ourselves to be perfect. Hello? Who told you that you weren't perfect? Oh. Who told you that you weren't perfect? See? So I tell you, why don't you visualize what you want for your life? And we say, I don't know how to do that. I've tried. But if I ask you, what do you want to eat? What do? You think about it. And you go through a whole bunch of things and you go, I'm not really feeling that one. You know what? I feel like having. How did you arrive at that? By going through different scenarios of what you would like to eat. And the one that tantalized the palate more is the one you went with. Huh. So you mean to tell me that you visualized on the fly? Yes, you did. So if I say, what do you want to do to change your life? What do you want to become? I don't know. And you stop right there. You do the same thing you just did with supper. You don't know what you want to eat. What do you want to taste? What do you want to taste? Well, that's how you choose what you're going to eat, do you not? And the moment you say, what am I going to taste? What do I want to taste on my tongue? Something emerges, does it not? Naturally. So when you say, I want to change my life, what do you want to become? Does it rouse you when you think about what you want to become? Oh my. You see what I'm saying to you? You already do this naturally. So if I say to you, oh, what's your type? Look, you already know what your type is. You know that when you see a particular man or woman, you know what your type is. We always know what our type is. You watch yourself long enough, you'll see that you have a type. Oh? I could say a name and you'll all know what I'm talking about. Like Kanye. Kanye got a type. They all look like him. You know what? I'm done. Tee. Everybody's got a type. You got a type. You got a particular taste. You understand? And why does that type develop? But that's on you. You had experiences that created that thing for you. Right? You just did. I can tell you when my type emerged. I won't, but I could tell you. Tee. We all have a type. Right? And so every time you go somewhere, that's what you look for. Naturally. So if I say to you, what do you want to become in this world? Well, I don't know. I don't even know if it's possible that I can become it. Really? Really? You don't know if it is possible. You just walked down the mall and saw a pair of boots and you built a whole outfit. And you're going to tell me you don't know if it's possible to change your life? You're using the exact same thing to put the outfit together that you do to put your life together. It is only your perception that says to you, oh, but Angela, one of those things is an outfit. The other one is life. Hello, life is also an outfit. Perhaps if you changed your perspective to see it that way, it wouldn't be so challenging. But Angela, you don't know the hand I was dealt in life. We're so quick to defend, aren't we? It's not that I don't care the hand that you are dealt in life. I'm here to tell you it's all right. Are you going to stay saying, you don't know the hand I've been dealt? Or will you get a little bit creative? What do you want to do? You want to moan and groan and complain the whole time? Listen, that does not make life pleasant, okay? It is the fastest way to make yourself lonely. Mind you, they do say that misery loves company. So that when we all get there and be commiserate, listen to the word. What now? As within, so without. We commiserate because we all have the same thing on the inside. And then we end up playing the oppression Olympics. That's fun, isn't it? No, it's not. No, it is not. Now, the way to change the collective is to change the individual. So, what do you want to become? Put it together the way you would put an outfit together. This color goes with that. Wait a minute. If I wear these shoes, oh, it gonna be popping. What experience would match the shoes? We've got to get a little bit creative here because we already do it naturally. Truthfully, we do. And we do it so beautifully too. Even when you begin to commiserate, even when you complain, look at how beautifully you do that. Think about that for a moment. Oh my God. How did I get how did I end up with you? Couldn't the universe have given me a better mother, a better father? Sometimes if you listen to yourself talk to yourself, you'll laugh, Seriously. Listen to what you say to yourself. Listen to what you say to yourself. And you will have to shake your head and go, wow, is that what I really sound like? Yes. But you see, there's no judgment there other than what you impose upon yourself. thereby encouraging others to do the same. As within, so without. Misery loves company, but so does joy. Hello? So what will you do? I keep telling you, get a little bit creative. Angela, I don't know how to be creative. Really? Listen, let me tell you something. I work tonight. Ooh, and I am excited. Oh, yes, I am. I'm excited. Why am I excited to work tonight? Is it because I'll get to sleep late? No. That's not the exciting part. That I'm tired Thursday? Nope. That's not the exciting part. The exciting part is when somebody comes in and they go, I don't know what I want. Or the young man who came in last week and said, I don't know what to get. I said, come now, you must. You have a way. I said, how do you choose? He goes, I just look at the label, and if the label intrigues me, I get it. I said, oh, so you're moved by the visual. I said, well, let's look for a good label, huh? And from that label, he began to tell me, well, I'm picking this out for my wife. I said, so you're using what you like to pick out something for your wife? He's like, yeah. And I was like, there's a concept that just might work. And his eye caught this label, and he goes, you see, I picked this out. I said, why? He goes, look at that label. It's fascinating, the artwork on it. And he chose that wine. He chose it based upon the artwork. I do the same thing, but from the back. Oh, I read what they tell me at the back. Don't tell me about the grapes. Tell me what it tastes like. Tell me what it makes me feel like. Well, how would they know? Because they paint a picture for you. Do you see how you do it naturally? You pick a picture based upon what? How you want to feel. He knows that when he looks at a label, he is intrigued. And so he is tempted to try what is inside the bottle. So you and I do the exact same thing. There's an experience that you want to have. It's going to make you feel all kinds of ways. Ooh, I'd love to go to Paris, yes. Or maybe Rome. Maybe the Colosseum. Why? Because there's something in there that moves you. But then you know what we do to ourselves? We say, I ain't got no money for that. Nobody asked you about money. Well, how am I supposed to travel, Angela? Naturally, if you begin to imagine the place you want to go to, and you are overcome by the way it makes you feel, you have already set in motion because you have chosen the what? You've chosen the effect of how you want to feel when you visit this place. You have set in motion the cause. But because you don't see it instantly, that snap was kind of weak. That is better. Because you don't see it instantly, you think it isn't real. But your body just registered that feeling as real. So then you say, you know what? I really would love to visit Rome. Now, if you visited Rome, what would you do? Well, when in Rome, what would you do when you got there? Well, you get a brochure, you go online, and you start looking at the sites. And when you start looking at the sites, just like you chose your dinner by the way it made you feel when you put it in your mouth, in your imaginary mouth. So then you start to peruse all these images of Rome. And one of them is going to stand out to you and you go, oh, yes, I would like to experience that one. I had an old lady say that to me when she came and she bought a drink. She goes, "Ugh, just use my points. Like, what am I going to do with it? Travel? I don't have any money to travel, but it is nice to think about it. Oh, and I wanted to say something beyond, oh, you could if you wanted to. She goes, oh, at my age, I'm just too old for that. See what we do? That's what has kept her grounded this whole time. Thinking that she could not. One does not think about it. One feels it.